already having a great conversation here with Dean White, who is the owner of Caring Senior Service. Thanks for joining us, Dean.
Yeah, Mike, it's good to see you again.
Now, your service comes into the home when people just, they're having a little bit troubles, no matter what it might be, for food prep or just help getting to appointments, things like that, just getting up and around the house. But there are some things that families can do in the interim to maybe give a little help around the house before a service like yours has to come in.
Very much so. And so I get phone calls, and a lot of times I go over to a person's house and I tell them some things that they need to do around the house, and they go, oh, wow, we had no idea. Most of the time it's really inexpensive. And I tell them they buy the stuff on Amazon, get the things set up for mom or dad, so that there's less falls and less risks that happen.
Yeah, and like part of your assessment is, am I even needed here in this household yet, right? And it's like, hey, you guys don't need me. Keep my card, maybe in a couple of years, but right now you guys are good with these kind of fixes. What are some of those fixes?
Yeah, 100%. I would say 50% of them are just like that. Now, a couple things are the shower. Right, because if it's harder to take a shower, then I don't want to take a shower. Then a UTI gets involved, and then we have a big problem.
Right.
Or there is other bacteria that comes in. So the shower is big.
Right.
We really recommend one of those wands. And if the wand has an adjustable, so it can bring it down or go up or be taken off. So not just any wand, but in a wand that I can bring down, and that shower head then can squirt straight or above. And then with that, a shower chair, and they're inexpensive. There's a couple places nearby that you can buy them, or at Amazon.
Right.
That way, a person...
Adapt to it. I guarantee you, one of our other folks that come in here a lot, I guarantee they have some shower chairs.
They do. I just was there the other day. I was looking at all that they have. Adapt to it definitely does. And you kind of sit down, and then it's easier to shower out, turn it off, have a towel bar nearby, which brings up another one, is grab bars. So a company nearby, OC Grab Bars, that's all they do.
Okay.
And they will come by and they'll put a grab bar in, no matter what the size is, if it's this long or short, they're $250 a grab bar. And you can do them yourself. You're just going to make sure you're going to put them in so that it hits the
studs and make sure it's anchored in there well, right?
That's exactly right.
You are using those. Those aren't just a little assist. Those are something people really pull on and push on. So you want to make sure those are secure.
Very much so. So what happens? You're in the shower and you go to grab one. If it's not anchored correctly, now you put your weight on it as you're falling and it breaks off. We have a major problem.
Right.
So get those installed correctly. And then we come right out of the shower to where the toilet is at. And if there is not something to hold on to as you get yourself back up, potentially the person could fall forward.
Yeah.
And then hit their head. It could be a shoulder. It could be an elbow. It could be hit the knees. So adapt to it. Some other companies, they have something that goes around the toilet seat that sits here, or you can also use a walker that stands right in front.
Okay.
Some people don't like to use walkers, and so the one that goes right behind...
in a small bathroom, they can be hard to kind of maneuver around a little bit sometimes.
You really need a portable one, which is smaller than the bigger ones that are super nice, but not really for the bathroom. So something that comes around and holds the handles are great. And then something that we use a lot is this device right here. And this is a gait belt, G-A-I-T belt. Now, the hospital, sometimes people come home with a gait belt. And I've heard, oh yeah, we have one. And what it is a strap of material that goes around your waist.
Yeah,
and
those are the cheapos.
They're cheap, and the hospital sends them home, and you put them on and you grab them. But when you grab somebody like that, you risk tearing their skin. And you're going to grab underneath that belt, and it's not really practical. Where this one, as you can see, has handles.
Right.
And this goes around and locks into place. This even has, if you wanted to grab more support, this has a couple stirrups that go through your legs.
Okay.
So then it supports the butt completely. But if I wore one of these, and if you were my caregiver and you had one, then I could grab onto you as you lift me up.
Oh, wow. I never even thought of that. Okay,
That's a phenomenal idea. And there is many people, we have a client, he just has a hard time getting into bed and out of bed, into the shower and out of the shower. So you don't have to wear this all the time.
Right.
But you can easily help at those times.
That's amazing, yeah. And that's a cheap, a pretty practical and inexpensive buy?
Under 20 bucks.
Under 20 bucks?
And they have them, they
Well
even
worth
have girly ones that are purple and pink, and they have ones that are thinner and ones that are thicker, but it's a simple win, and it's a gate belt with straps. You can buy them at any Amazon, of course, Adapt to it has them as well.
Can you bedazzle them?
You probably could, And the last thing that I look for is loose rugs. Very dangerous if you're moving around with your walker or just
Right.
walking. We want to make sure that all the rugs are secure. Costco has rugs don't move. I mean, they're you can buy them anywhere.
Yeah, the grippy kind of rugs, grippy surface rugs.
Exactly. You can still buy decorative, but anything that's not going to slip, it's going to be very important.
Okay. So those are some of the things that people can do just to improve their life and prolong their independence in terms of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I know so many people are like, oh, I don't want somebody in my house all the time and that kind of thing. But when you make an assessment and you do say, okay, yes, it looks like you guys could use us here in maybe A, B, or C kind of areas, what are some of the things that people need you in your services to help? Is it like meds and getting people to appointments and things like that?
Yes, I would really like to say that my company brings a lot of peace of mind. A lot of times the children of the client is really nervous about how's mom doing. And one of the first things we do is control the medications so that somebody's not taking too much or too little.
Right.
We're going to make sure that they have the right food. So the meal prep is important. We also do some laundry, some little light house cleaning. And then we take everything on this little notepad right here. And it has the date, and we write copious notes on here, the caregivers do. And these notes then are taken a picture of and sent back to the family.
So here's what happened today, here's the things we assisted with, here's the meds.
Exactly. And so some families, we have a new client in Laguna Woods that we're going to be there 4 hours for a shift, but just once a week. And because they're just trying to get used to somebody coming by. And then we have others that were there every single day, of course. But the nice thing is the families get to know what's going on with mom and making sure that mom or dad is being healthy, happy, and at home.
And that's one of the huge challenges with, especially if you're out of state or out of the area, is like, I don't know what's going on. I feel like I need to be there. And that concern for family members who are usually the ones that are bringing you to the table and saying, we need some help here, right?
Very much so. I think that one of the biggest hurdles is the client themselves feeling like, I'm independent, I don't need the help. And yet the mom or dad, the daughter or son are really worried.
Yes.
And then we also have some people that are just live alone and always have been. And so we want to show you that we can bring you all the independence and also give you all your freedom, that we're not going to take any of that away. We're just going to extend your life in a healthier way.
And in the end, I imagine that the clients that when you come into their home, they start to get used to that person. They start to build a relationship, right? It's not just we're checking off a box and then we're out of here, right? They actually kind of have a rapport after a while.
100%. Question that somebody says is, Dean, we're going to have different people each time or just one person? And the goal is always to have the same person there so that rapport and that relationship is built. And we truly believe a lot of strength relies within communication. So we communicate with the family as well as the client on a regular basis, and even go to the doctor for them with the client and take notes on what the doctor said.
Okay. Dean White, get that consultation from Caring Senior Services, folks. The phone numbers are on the screen. Even Dean's cell phone is up there, so he means business when he gives out that cell phone. So make sure you contact them if you're in need of these services. Thanks so much, Dean, for joining us today.
You bet. Thank you.
And when we come back, the Democratic Club's going to be here talking about the ice cream social. Yum. Stay with us.